Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great Monday and that your week has started well. So, I can see you guys in the live chat room already. Thank you for joining me, and let me see if I can get through some names. Who's in the house tonight? We have Billy, Steve, Muriel, Kathy, Vera, S. Montgomery, Tammy, Pink Thistle, Diamond Girl, Bob's in there as well, and then Laura Sings, followed by Laura Chandler, and then Leslie, and now it's gone through the top of the screen. I just saw Karen in there as well. So thank you guys for joining me tonight, and as you come through the door, if you could hit the thumbs up, I mean that would be a very good start to the live stream, because what we do in these live streams, as regular viewers will know, is we aim for a likes total, and tonight, the likes goal is 485, and I think if we hit that target, it's going to be Phil Jam number 165 and not 164. So, let me see if I can change that on the fly. Click on that, go like that, and it's as if it never was wrong in the first place. 165. There's a lot of jams, but we need to hit 485 likes in order to do that at the end of the live stream. Instant advert trying to get involved, so let's cancel that. Right, let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they make this all possible in the first place and are the foundation of everything that I do. So thank you guys, just the foundation of the channel. And yeah, being able to live stream, do the analysis videos, all of that cool stuff. So yeah, a huge thank you to you guys. You know who you are. So we might as well get the likeometer up on screen, because sometimes I forget to do that. And we can see that we are at 240, which means we're looking for 245 more people to hit that thumbs up. So there's the maths got out of the way nice and early, and it was on quite an easy number. Sometimes when it's a 5 that the number ends in, it's very difficult for me to work out, but there you go. So that was great, and I can see that there have been a couple of donations already in that super chat window, so thank you guys for those. And it is at this point that I say you don't have to donate, just watching is great. And some people can't resist donating. For those people, I think it's important they know between 40 and 65% of their donation through the super chat window goes to YouTube, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal if they use the PayPal link in the description below. But you don't have to donate, just watching, yeah, it is great. And maybe hitting the thumbs up, introduce yourself into that live chat room, say hello, we all get to know each other, and meet up on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night. So it's always the same time, 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. That's where I am on a Tuesday and a Saturday. So there have been donations in the PayPal window, but there was one that came through right at the end of the last live stream that I couldn't reference because the live stream had just finished. So this came through from Judith, and thank you for that, Judith. It was for £10 and 1 pence, and the message was 405,000 live. So thank you for that at the end of the last live stream. So I thought I'd just address that one quickly. And I could see that Paul's donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, looks like 405,000 subscribers. Awesome. Let's have fun tonight and spike those likes. All y'all. Catch up crew for me. Rock. So thank you for that, Paul. And Angela just popped in there and donated $20. So thank you for that, Angela. And that is a straight up donation. So I might jump over to the PayPal window, because there have been a few more in there which I will get through. And there's a vote at the top of the live chat room. I always forget to mention this, but for tonight's cover video, it is between The Boys Are Back in Town and something else. I can only ever see the one that's in the lead at the moment. Oh, In My Dreams, was it? By Dokken. I know it's by Dokken, but I'm wondering if that was the other one that is in there. So we will see. Yeah, between those songs, which one wins. It looks like the boys are back in town, in the lead at the moment, but I'm pretty sure the other one was In My Dreams. So yeah, if you want to hear that one, just click on that at the top of the live chat room. So getting back into the PayPal window, there's a donation that came through from Paul, and this is a straight up donation, so thank you for this, Paul, and a donation of £15. So yes, thank you for that. And then Rebecca donated £15 as well. Thank you for that, Rebecca. And the message was, thank you for your integrity. Keep rocking, stay safe, and God bless. So thank you for that, Rebecca, and for watching the channel and just getting involved. And that goes for all of you guys getting involved in the channel and yeah, leaving comments, hitting the thumbs up, and subscribing. Of course, you will have to do that, and hit the notification bell to get notified for all of my videos and the live streams. Lisa W has donated £10 as well, so thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, hi Phil, congratulations on your channel growth. I am curious to know how often you pick up your guitar to just practice or play throughout the week. You are so good during the jams, but do you play for fun at other times? Are there any wingers who join in and follow the jams with you? Thanks for all you do. Much admiration for your many talents. Lisa W. So thank you for that. And generally, I don't get much time to just practice. If I do have any time and I might be watching something on TV, then if I am watching something, I might pick up the guitar and just, play a little bit, but I'm not really concentrating on it. So that kind of thing, as guitar players will know, for working at technique or speeding up runs, all that kind of stuff, it's all subconscious, which means you don't need to think about it. You just need to get your hand to do it over and over and over and over and over and over. So when you're watching TV, you can practice the guitar or playing the guitar, and you're not actually taking in what you're doing. And this is what I've mentioned about playing fast in the past. So it means that you can just play through whatever you want to play through. And let me just skip that advert. And yeah, you're watching TV and you are actually taking in what you're watching when you're watching TV. You don't have to concentrate on what you're doing, because all you're doing is muscle memory. It's just doing the same thing. So I guess if you imagine you're watching TV and you're waving and you're continuously waving, you're not thinking about, move my hand left, move my hand right, and then keep that motion going and lift my elbow. You don't think about all of that. But you can watch TV and you can get your hand to wave. That's basically what playing fast is you just let your hand do it and it will do it. The only problem with it is that, if you're playing over something and you don't know where it goes, your hand's going to play a set number of notes. Especially if it's in a run, maybe 5 or 10 or 15 notes in a row. And if the key changes, then your hand's going to play all the wrong notes, because it's subconscious. It's going to do it automatically. So this is why, I like to keep that to a minimum and play consciously, because if the backing changes, you can then change, because you are playing, you're thinking, and you're coming up with the notes yourself. So if the key changes, and say that you're singing over the top of something, a backing, as soon as the key changes, you would stop and start singing in the other key. Whereas, muscle memory and just repeating runs means that you need to either have it all pre-worked out, or at least know exactly where the chord changes are happening, where it's going, all that kind of stuff. So, for me, I don't just, I don't practice too much. Or when I say that, I mean, I don't practice a lot. I used to practice a lot when I was younger, but I think I just got to a point where I was quite happy with my playing, and I wasn't bothered about sweep picking, arpeggios, all that kind of stuff, because I never think that quickly, and it's not something that particularly interested me artistically. So as for playing for fun, I think generally if you've got a spare 20 minutes or half an hour, I think, I might pick up the guitar, but it's not something that I've really got time to do. Just having a spare 20 minutes or half an hour, whenever I do, say for example, finish answering emails or messages more quickly than I thought I would, then I get onto another job that I've got on a list of things that I have to do one after the next, and that job list is never ending. There's always 3, 4, 5 jobs to do, and that's not even just with, you know, everything on the channel and emails and preparation for videos, isolating vocals, you know, plotting pitch lines on the graph, because that's something that takes a long time as well, because I have to get the song to begin with, isolate the vocal, get the isolated vocal, run it through the pitch monitoring software, and then capture the pitch monitoring software so that I can get it on screen, upload it to Dropbox, download it from my Mac from Dropbox, import it into Final Cut Pro 10, then synchronize it with the original video, the isolated audio, and get that synchronized with the vocal pitch monitor so that all displays on screen, and then there's quite a lot of stuff to it. Then I crop the video so that it fits on the screen next to me, and make sure it's all synchronized so that when I press play you hear the voice but you also see the voice at the same time, because it's some people do ask me, oh, what software do you use for your videos? And I do list all the software, but I do have to explain to people that what you see on screen is after multiple hours worth of organizing it all and using lots of different programs to come up with that final product. So there isn't a piece of software that exists that will just take a song and plot the voice within the song on something, because of course the pitch monitoring software is going to it's going to plot everything it can hear, which will be all the instruments and everything. So anyway, if I were to have done all of that and I'm really organized, everything's going really quickly and they've had no gremlins whatsoever, then things like laundry all that kind of stuff. So, and as I've said on the last live stream about ironing it and trying to get through that as quickly as possible. So this is it, that if I ever get some time, I have to spend that on doing actual real life things of surviving as a human. So but thank you for that, Lisa. And I can see there's another one that has come through. So Steve has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message here is, how does the Floyd Rose operate? Why is it so good for things like dive bomb or dive bombs? And so thank you for that, Steve. And okay, so quickly we have I can see Marla says laundry ? So laundry means washing. I don't know if it means the same thing over in the USA or in different countries, but once you've worn all of your clothes, you put them in a laundry basket. That's what we call it. And then you do that. As a laundromat, for example, but I don't travel anywhere to do my laundry. But it's just washing all your clothes, not by hand. So thankfully I have got a washing machine that does it. So I can put it in that. So anyway, back to this. Floyd Rose Bridge, as you can see on that's almost perfect pointing on the gem here. What you have with the Floyd Rose Bridge is, first of all, it's not got the limit that you would have on a Fender Strat, for example. So it's floating, which means that you get a fixed bridge, like on a telly, for example, a Fender Telecaster, and that's stuck to the guitar. So it means that you can't change the tension on the strings to apply vibrato. So what's happening, let me quickly explain what happens with the bridge of the guitar. If you imagine the guitar's straight like this, and you've got one string, or all 6 of them, that are attached to the bridge, and one of them is attached to the head of the guitar. But you tune it at the head of the guitar sometimes, but with a Floyd Rose Bridge you can tune it at the other end where the bridge is. But anyway, skip this advert quick. Oh, where's my little arrow? Within 2 seconds there you almost got an extra advert. So you've got your guitar, you've got the bridge, and if you imagine, when there's tension on a string, it maintains its tuning. So then when you decrease tension, the note goes down. So it goes no, like that. So the further you take that down, and this is what Steve is saying about dive bombs. Dive bombs are when my gem's not plugged in, so I won't be able to show you. But dive bombs is when you take the note and you make it go down loads, but so you lift the bridge up so the strings are pretty much like wobbling because there's no tension on them. And then when you bring it back, the tension is then resumed. The important thing about having a Floyd Rose bridge and doing that kind of thing is that it is locked in tune. So it means that you've got a lock or a locking mechanism on the, by the head of the guitar, and the tension comes back to what it was originally. Now, if you were to do a dive bomb or attempt to on a Fender Strat, for example, those strings aren't locked. So the tension isn't locked. So it means that when you do a massive dive bomb, when you come back, the tension is going to be pretty much random. It's going to be... This is the problem that Jimi Hendrix had, and I'm just quickly going to mention this, is sometimes he went a bit crazy with his whammy bar. And that's the thing that you get to change the pitch on the bridge. So he was using it almost like it were a Floyd Rose bridge where you're locked in tune, but he wasn't locked in tune. So it meant that when he went crazy on it, when his strings then came back, they weren't all at the tension that they originally started at. So his strings would go further and further out of tune. And of course, somebody turning up late to the gig will hear him playing and it'll all be a little bit out of tune, or just a little bit awkward to listen to, but they haven't heard all the the first half an hour when he was going crazy and he was in tune. So this is the problem. But that's what happens on a Fender Strat, for example. If you're going to do the same thing, it's not locked, and you don't want to be doing that on a Fender Strat anyway, because it's not designed to have that much give. It'll go up a little bit to apply vibrato, and you can start to push it a little bit, but as for doing dive bombs all the time, I wouldn't suggest that on a Fender Strat. So once you're lifting up, totally decreasing the tension so that almost you can't hear what note it goes to because the strings are so loose, and then you can let it come back down and it'll go back to that point of tension. Now, the only thing about having a Floyd Rose bridge is the tuning is dependent on the tension of the strings. So the strings keep the guitar in tune effectively, whereas on a Strat or a Tele, it means that it's going to be a lot easier to tune because the guitar is doing the tuning. It's fixed at one point, fixed at the other point, and then you just tighten it up until you get to the tension that you want. Whereas a Floyd Rose bridge is floating, which means that if it wasn't, and this is another thing about having springs on the bridge, if your springs aren't strong enough and you tighten your strings, the bridge will just keep on coming up and up and up and up until it gets stuck, and then obviously your guitar's going to look ridiculous and you can't play it like that. So you need to have enough tension here to get the strings to tune to kind of where you want them to be, but there's got to be enough pulling on that, enough tension, enough of the bridge being pulled down to keep the tension there so that it doesn't just keep on coming out. And that's a common problem that happens with Floyd Rose bridges, is that people sometimes have either lost a spring in their bridge and it just keeps on coming out, and they can never tune it because it just keeps on coming up all the time. You've got to have this locked down, not locked down, but the springs have got to be strong enough to maintain that tension. So anyway, short answer, Floyd Rose, you can go, it's floating and it's totally free. So obviously there's a cutoff point where it's designed to go to, but and some of them have a cutaway in the guitars. So you can go the other way, which means increase the tension of the strings and make the note go higher. So it's all kind of 80s stuff, really, dive bombs and, pinched harmonics and doing, ridiculous dives with the whammy bar. But anyway, so that's why it's good for doing dive bombs, is because when you come back, it's going to be locked, and it has been locked in tune. So you can go a little bit crazy with it, like you wouldn't be able to on other guitars or just standard bridges rather than a Floyd Rose. But anyway, thank you for that, Steve, and that's probably quite a long answer, but I wanted to try and explain what it was all about and skip another advert. Right, Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy, and that is a straight up donation. And there's another one that is from Debbie. Debbie's donated £10. Thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, great job on the Bee Gees pitch corrected analysis. It was very eye-opening. Why do you think Elvis only won Grammys for his gospel songs and not any of his other music. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And as I'm not on the Grammys judging panel, I wouldn't be able to tell you. The only thing that I can say, and that everybody knows about Elvis, is that I don't know whether his gospel songs would have been seen any differently to maybe the more mainstream cover songs that he would be performing. And of course, the fact that Elvis just did cover songs, all the time. I mean, songs that he hasn't written himself, and sometimes songs were written with a mind for Elvis to sing them, but it's still not his song. I don't know whether the Grammys saw that as a different thing, that maybe if you're continually performing somebody else's music or somebody else's songs, that is less credible. But then, I don't know, gospel songs are, I would think, fall in that same bracket, that there are particular songs that lots of people effectively cover. So yeah, I don't have the answer to that, but it might be along those kinds of lines of originality, and your own compositions, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, but that would just have to be a guess, a bit of a stab in the dark. But thank you for that, Debbie. And Angela has donated £14.71. So thank you for that, Angela. And the message is, hello, my teacher. After spending a couple hours at the beach, not swimming with sharks, just walking and exercise, I watched some older live streams of your Phil Jams. You are so animated with your facial expressions, and your techniques are such a joy to watch. An hour for me is never enough. So thank you for that. And yes, there are a lot of live streams out there. 2 a week, and I don't know how many weeks we've been going. Quite a few. And the Phil Jams were something. I mean, it sounds crazy, but the Phil Jams are something that are quite recent, even though what number 165. So what happens is, we have a jam when we hit the target, and sometimes we don't hit the target. So, and by the way, if you hit that thumbs up, give a quick plug of that target that we're trying to hit. We are at almost 350, 349. So it means that we're looking for, and there, 350. So we're looking for 135. Is that? I think it is. So I'm just going to go with that. So yeah, if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated. And then we'll have Phil Jam number 165. So they are a more recent thing. Even though, what's that, over 3 years? 3 years worth of jams, pretty much. Doing the maths very quickly in my head. But yeah, number 165. Thank you for that, Angela, for that donation. And yeah, talking about swimming with sharks, as you guys know, I'm someone who respects nature a lot. And a couple of things. First of all, 3 things. Yeah, going swimming in the sea, if it's warm water, here in the UK, I think we can swim in the sea and feel quite safe about it, because no shark is stupid enough to swim in these kinds of temperatures. But because the water's so cold. But if you go and swim in the sea and it's quite warm, then if you get attacked by a shark, I think people have got to remember that sharks don't know the rules. And all animals, wild animals, don't know the rules. They don't know that we say as humans, you're not allowed to attack us because we're just swimming and we're not your food anyway. If an animal is hungry enough, it'll eat whatever it can. So yeah, I would say swimming in the sea, not something that I'm particularly, that excited about doing, just given the fact that there's a chance. And I've said this before, that they say, there's, like a 1 in 15 million chance of getting attacked by a shark, or being killed or being attacked? I can't remember. But yeah, there's a 1 in 15 million chance. And I said before that the shark doesn't know that. If the shark sees you and it's really hungry, and it might be pregnant and have to feed its young that's, I learned, was actually inside, and they're all little sharks that need feeding, and they've all got to survive, so they'll eat anything when they're that hungry, especially for their next generation, effectively. So yeah, if they could quite well attack you, and afterwards you can say, oh no, you shouldn't have done that because there's only a 1 in 15 million chance, and the shark says, well, I don't do maths, so I'm just really hungry. so yeah, not a big fan of swimming in the sea just because of the danger and the fact that, yeah, people have been attacked by sharks in the past. So sharks don't know that, they're they don't know the odds. The odds to the shark, if they're really hungry, is 1 in 1 because they're pretty good at attacking. They're millions of years old. They've got the hang of it. So anyway, yeah, second of all, I saw a couple of lions and this is just in the video, I think on Instagram, a couple of lions that were going past somebody's house, and it must have been in Africa, and there were 2 dogs that came out one side of a gate, and quite a heavy duty gate, and they started barking at the lions, and of course these 2 lions were kind of growling back, and one of them jumped up onto the gates and grabbed it with both of its paws, and the whole gate thing almost fell over, but it didn't quite. And what they didn't notice, the lions, which is a good thing, they didn't notice that by grabbing it and pulling on it, the padlock and everything that was keeping it closed was now broken, so there was a gap. But the lions didn't see that, and they just walked off, and then the dogs came out to see, to say, yeah, don't come back. And then, which was a bit disturbing, the owner of the property came out to see what was going on because it was night time, and I think he must have assumed that a car must have hit his gates or something, so he's looking around to see if there's a car there, and you're kind of saying at the screen, get back in your house, there's 2 lions there. And fortunately I think he got away with it, and went back inside, and the lions had scarpered. But so respect nature. And these other people going for a walk, I think it was somewhere like Canada, there's a grizzly bear that ran past them, and he was running after another bear, but the people that were filming it were kind of laughing and going, oh, where's he going, what's he doing, not realizing that if he wanted to, if he were hungry, he would kill all of the people there, and there were children there as well, so he would kill all of them. And these people that were laughing, thinking that it's like, I don't know, like an attraction at a zoo, but they're in the wild. So talk about lucky and getting away with it. And again, probably something that I wouldn't do is kind of go out backpacking where there are grizzly bears, and they're quite big. I mean, they are massive. If you've ever seen a grizzly bear, I remember when I was in Norway, we went to a place that had like a stuffed grizzly bear. It must have taken quite a while, but it was on its hind legs standing up, and it's massive. And I don't think, unless you've seen one up close like that, and thankfully this one wasn't alive, but the size of its paws and its claws, is like this. That's the size of its paw. So if he wants to take you out, he will do. And I don't mean for dinner, for his dinners. Anyway, moving on from nature. Thank you for that, Angela. Again, we got a little bit sidetracked with the nature there. But Karen's donated £5.72. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, I loved your recent analysis on the Bee Gees. I appreciate your objective approach and all the work you put in. Though I oppose the use of auto-tune and pitch correction, you engage and teach me about something I, as a musician, believe in. Art, not auto-tune. Thanks for all you do and for being you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. For me personally, that Bee Gees pitch correcting is like a new low. I thought the Freddie Mercury one was quite low, but the fact that you've got a family of brothers singing together who are amazing at singing harmonies, and then they actually diving in there and pitch correcting one of the vocalists' voices. Oh, it's crazy. And sadly is Barry's voice that whenever Barry's voice came in, you could see then it was over the lines because they just edited his one. But I don't get it on any level, like especially with a vocal group like that, even though of course they're instrumentalists as well. Having that sound and that Bee Gees sound, and then just editing one of the voices. Yeah, I don't understand that on any level. But anyway, thank you for that, Karen. And Craig's donated £11 and 3 pence. So thank you for that, Craig. And that is a straight up donation without a message. And Melissa has donated £20. Thank you for that, Melissa. And the message is from Melissa Lynn. So thank you for that. And one more has just come in from Vera for £7 and 36 pence. So thank you for that, Vera. The message is, I've been thinking of your Bee Gees video. What is the purpose of pitch correcting our older music? What do producers have to gain by doing that? There has to be a reason. Just why are they doing this pitch correction to older, beautiful music? How can this practice be stopped? Vera. So thank you for that. And, I mean, there is no reason, and this is why it's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's literally mental that they're doing it in the first place, because imagine all of the songs recorded before 2005, roughly. That's you know, when pitch correction started to take off a little bit more. So all of those recordings, if pitch correction were required, in fact, you know, if there was a reason for pitch correction and it being applied to recordings, now everything pre-2005, let me just skip this advert, everything pre-2005 we would all listen to and think, oh, what? That sounds wrong, because it's not in tune enough, because we're now used to pitch correction. So we wouldn't be able to listen to any song pre-2005. But we listen, and there are songs on the radio that are in constant rotation that are not pitch corrected. So you'd then say, well, why are they applying it then? If you've got these songs that are in regular rotation on radio stations, so we're listening to them and nobody's questioning them. Nobody's saying, oh, every song I heard today on the radio that was, you know, like the best songs from the 80s. You know, it was like a themed day on the radio station. Every song they played just sounded out of tune. Why is that? Oh, because it needed to be pitch corrected like everything is nowadays. So, unfortunately, I don't have an answer to that as to why it's being applied, other than, and this is what makes it even more ridiculous doing it to the Bee Gees. The only feasible explanation for pitch correction being applied now is because it wasn't close enough. I.e., all of the music before 2005, the singers were hitting really close to the notes. So now the singers are not hitting close to the notes, so they have to be moved there. That's the only explanation for it. So then you say all of the singers who can't hit the notes are being pitch corrected. And now in their infinite wisdom, the record industry, and this is why I say out of the industry, very deliberately, they say, right, we're correcting all of the people's voices who can't sing because they can't quite get it close enough. They're not accurate enough. So now let's go back and start correcting people's voices that weren't wrong in the first place. The whole point about pitch correction, that the correction is a giveaway. They're correcting it, so it was wrong. It was too far off the note. It was too flat. It was too sharp. If anything, it was a semitone off. So it was the wrong note. So it had to be corrected. So now, when the note's not incorrect, they're now correcting it. So it is crazy. I don't have an explanation for it. And the only thing that I can cite is that there was somebody who commented on one of my videos who had, you know, I think 6 or 7 million subscribers, and he does videos on auto-tune and pitch correction, and, you know, before auto-tune and after auto-tune, and using AI and all that kind of stuff. So he does those kinds of things, but not vocal analysis videos. But he messaged and said, because he messaged on one of my videos and said, I know that you say you don't use pitch correction or auto-tune, but maybe you should, because it would make your vocals even better. So he has the view, and I think it's a younger generation thing, he's got a view that there's such a thing as a best voice. That, oh, you're down here, if you pitch corrected, you can be better and maybe win at singing. So it's this, I guess they're using 440 hertz standard pitch, equal temperament. They think that that's like, if you sing on those lines, you win. You win at singing. So why not pitch correct it to try and win? Try and be even better, with your voice. And they're totally missing the fact that it's an art form. That some people naturally sing sharp, some people naturally sing flat. They're not calibrated. Everybody's voice is different. So calibrating everybody to the same, if anything, is making it worse. It's not making it better. So yeah, I mean, that really showed me how the view on pitch correcting and auto tuning, because artistically, it's not something that I feel the need for or even the desire to do. But then somebody's saying, oh, but you could sound better. So, well, how do you measure better? And we know with some of the great, and this is the thing about the greatest voices of all time, are not calibrated. So it means that you hear their personality and you hear their tendency to go flat and sharp of the note, because that's part of their voice. So when you start taking Barry Gibb's voice, for example, and putting him on these lines that all these younger singers are on, I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing it, because, we can make all of the old singers who were amazing now be calibrated to the same thing that the singers who aren't quite as accurate are now being calibrated to. Why would you, when you've already got something that's great and it's just got, it is what it is, it's Barry Gibb's voice, why would you then try and take that and make it into a voice that was probably less accurate? And calibrate it to the lines. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Vera, unfortunately, I have no idea why they're doing it. Applying it to great singers' voices, I can see the application for people that are missing notes, because then, yeah, it's great, because it means it doesn't have to be a prerequisite to sing. You don't have to hit notes anymore. You don't have to be vocally accurate. You can do it with the technology. But for the people that were, by pitch correcting it, you are taking away, because they were already there. A lot of these singers would love to have Barry Gibb's voice, but now, I don't know, I guess unless they're just trying to standardise everything so that for the rest of time they can sign singers who aren't very accurate, because they will sound the same as all the old artists who have now been pitch corrected. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for that. Right. Now I can see that we are approaching midnight, and let me skip that. And this is the other thing that some people, will we have a troll corner? We might have a troll corner later on, but some people that say to me, who are you? Where's your record deal? As if getting a record deal, being part of the mainstream music industry, whether that's a great thing, and that, to be a musician, you've got to have a record deal. And I have a lot more respect for independent artists who have, built their own thing, that haven't relied on the music industry, because it means that they can make their own decisions. If I got signed to a major label, what's the first thing that they would do to my songs? They might even take my original recordings. They'd ask for the stems, the individual tracks of my vocals. What's the first thing do you think that they're going to do to my vocals? They'll listen to them and go, these aren't calibrated to 440 hertz standard pitch. So, we've got to do that before we release them. Or, we kind of re-release them. Or if we're going to do another album, we're going to pitch correct it, because it's an industry standard. I'm quite happy being totally outside the industry, not bothered about that at all. And a record deal is just a loan anyway. If I wanted a loan, I would get one from the bank, and it's going to be exactly the same as having to pay it back to a record label. So yeah, I'd do that, make sure that I was in control of the loan and there weren't any ridiculous terms and conditions that record labels love to put in them. One of which would be to take all of my publishing rights for all of my songs, so that I wouldn't be able to get any money for what I actually should be getting for having written the songs in the first place. The revenue that you'd get from radio airplay, TV, movies, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, yes, we are going to be jumping into, I know that there have been a few people that have been requesting a Phil tune, because we haven't seen one of those for quite a while, so we might have one of those. Let's jump into a troll corner. I'll find a couple of troll comments and we'll get that out of the way. We've got a picture corner as well, and once we've done that, then we'll get into the cover video. How long's the backing track for tonight? 7 minutes and 6 seconds if we hit the target. So we're looking for 57 more thumbs up, maybe. I'm not sure. So if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. We're aiming for 485 tonight. So yeah, we will see, and we'll bust out the guitar and have a jam at the end of the live stream if we hit that target. Right, let's jump into Troll Corner and see what's going on this week. So here we go. Perfect timing for what I just said. This was the Celine Dion video, just me pointing out objectively that it wasn't a live vocal. And this person said, "And who are you?" ? And who cares about your opinion? Your opinion will change the history? Nope, just looking for money. And then Z. So that's supposed to be sleeping, I guess. But yeah, again, what I don't understand is how people watching one of my videos will know. They might see the video, they might see how many views it's got. They probably, I don't think you can avoid seeing how many subscribers there are. So there's, 405,000 subscribers. And the person says, who cares about your opinion? But there are 405,000 subscribers, and every video that I do is requested. So just through the nature of that, it means that people want to know it's not even what I think about performance, but what's happening in a performance. So the whole reason for what they're watching is because people care and ask me to point out what's going on with a performance. So yeah, I don't really understand that. And yeah, this is the other thing. When people say, "Oh, who are you?" First of all, they now know who I am because of obviously what I'm doing. So the fact they're watching me and saying, "Yeah, who are you?" It's like, well, you know me now. You know my face, you know my hair. If you saw another one of my videos, you know it was me. So yeah, saying who are you? It's like, well, you can see who I am. But yeah, it's all a bit strange that they can see how many subscribers there are, and maybe they just don't take it in. What they're watching. But anyway, yeah, that was an interesting one. And this is what I was saying about, getting into the mainstream music industry. A lot of people have signed record deals and they are now famous, so people know them, they know their face, they know what they look like, but that particular artist might have made no money from the album. Say for example they signed a 1 album deal, which is quite a regular thing, and sometimes it's just a 3 or a 4 song deal. So yeah, you've got people that might have signed that deal and then unfortunately didn't make any money, so then the record label dropped them, and sometimes they have to keep on performing in order to make the money back, to pay back the loan, and they're famous but they haven't made any money, and they're not getting the royalties for their songs that they've written and that are being played on the radio. So people know their face, but people knowing your face, that's not an income every month. So, you might see somebody go, "Oh, I remember you. You did an album 10 years ago." And, they might be working, at a supermarket or something, because that can happen. Sometimes famous people have got a real nightmare trying to get a job after they've been famous or after their album's gone out there and they've become well known, because they've just got to get a job. They've got to pay the bills every month. When somebody says, "Oh, I recognise you, let me give you £50 for nothing," it doesn't work like that. You still need to make money. So yeah, people thinking that, oh, if you're famous, then that means that you're making lots of money, but credible as well. Some people just have been singing since a young age. They might not play an instrument, they might not be a producer, they might not have any kind of they might have made it signed a record deal when they were 16 or even younger than that. So then they're famous when they're young, but then might have had an album or 2, but they've got no experience in getting out there and gigging and playing for 20 or 30 years on the road, all that kind of stuff. So again, the credibility thing, if you're famous, it doesn't give you instant credibility. And, you know, that's certainly the case here in the UK, where you get people that are famous just for being on TV. They don't really, you say, well, yeah, but what are you famous for? Or, you know, when you're a celebrity, it's like, what skill are you celebrated for? So somebody that's reached the top of the tree on some kind of skill level for something, like, say, for example, a golfer who's famous because they're winning tournaments because they're celebrated for how well they play golf. So when you say, well, what are you known for? What are you celebrated for? And the person is celebrated for just being recorded. You know, they might just be followed around on their daily life, and that is now a celebrity. So yeah, this is the thing, that just being famous or being a celebrity doesn't give you instant credibility. You know, and there are lots of people that aren't famous, aren't well known, but have been doing things and they know a hell of a lot more than somebody who's just being filmed on their, you know, their daily shop or whatever they might be doing, just sitting down and talking with their family and putting it on TV. But anyway, that was it. Oh, this other one. Look, this was on my... I did a video on Prince, and this is underneath that video. They say, why talk about MJ, Michael Jackson, in the video about Prince? Comparing them is so shallow. MJ was a different type of a musical animal with a different mind. Thinking that the fact they were both black and worked in a similar pop genre makes them alike is very ignorant. I adore both. They were both genius. So, I mean, I've got multiple issues with this comment. First of all, I didn't compare them in the video. I said that here in the UK, the mainstream media always compared Michael Jackson and Prince, even though they're totally different artists, and Prince could do so many things, was a multi-instrumentalist, could go into a studio, record all the instruments himself. I explained this all in the video. So I clearly am not comparing them. And this is another thing that does annoy me, is thinking that the reason I'm comparing them is because they're both black. And this is something that annoys me, because people have got this, I don't know, this preconception that if two artists are the same colour, then the only reason that you're comparing them is because of their colour. So if I was comparing two white artists, would people comment and say, oh, the only reason you're comparing those two together is because they're white? Nobody would comment that. So yeah, the thing that annoys me about this is it's almost like shoehorning in something that's now about colour, and there are loads of people that comment on that, you know, especially when I'm talking about the blues or something, and they'll start mentioning that, you know, oh, I've had before, oh, why don't you feature more black people on your channel? And I'm featuring musicians. It doesn't matter what their skin colour is, they are musicians. So yeah, that does annoy me a little bit when people kind of, and I've always said that, yeah, people that think about, you know, skin colour making a difference, first of all, just is ignorance at a ridiculous level, to not realise that, you know, we are all the same. If I've always said that if somebody's racist and they go on holiday and then they come back and they've now got a slight tan, when they look in the mirror, are they slightly racist against themselves now? You know, it's just melanin. It's in the skin. It gets released when you're in the sun for a long time. If you've got generations that have been in the sun for a long time, you get more melanin that's produced in order to limit the amount of vitamin D that your skin absorbs. It's basic. It's absolutely basic human, you know, I don't know, adaptation to the sun. It's the planet we live on. It's not that we're different things. We're different, you know, species of animals. We all live on the same planet, so we all react the same way to the sun. We all have this. We all get darker skin when you're in the sun for a longer time. So yeah, this whole, trying to make it about skin colour, but especially the fact that I wasn't even comparing them artistically anyway, they just got that wrong. But then to shoehorn in about them both being black is just ridiculous. And yeah, it's not something that I don't want to get into kind of arguments with people, asking them, why are you bringing a skin colour into this? It's absolutely totally irrelevant to everything in the world ever, because yeah, we're all the same. If you know about humans, and this is why, I've just got no time for it, because if people don't understand why literally everyone has a different shade of skin, like I'm probably quite white compared to other people, but there'll be other people like my dad, my mum, especially when they go on holiday and they do like to get as much tanning in as possible. I think they've naturally got a darker skin than I have, but there are so many different shades of skin depending on how long you spent in the sun, not only in your life but generationally, depending on where your family comes from. So anyway, it's a shame when you see people talking about it on TV who just obviously don't have a clue about it, and you think somebody needs to explain. As I said, it's ignorance at the highest level. But anyway, I will jump into the next donation and get out of troll corner as well. So I'll get into the next donation. Bye-bye. I'll just wait for you to hear this little bit of music, because I know that we are running a little bit behind, but that got me a little bit sidetracked. But Chuck donated £7.36. Thank you for that, Chuck, and the message is for Phil's great content. So thank you for that and the kind words. And Liz has donated £10. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, I believe you said that your washer/dryer combo takes 4+ hours to do one load. If I have that right, how big is your electric bill each month? And wouldn't it be lower if you had separate machines that wouldn't take anywhere near that long to do one load? So thank you for that. And I think the reason it takes so long is because it's like energy saving. So it uses less energy and takes a long time, rather than doing it in like an hour and a half or 2 hours and using double the electricity. The other thing is that when I wash my clothes, I have a lot of clothes, and that's something that I think a lot of people do in the UK to save on electricity bills. They just wait for ages, so you just shove everything as tightly as you can into the washing machine, so that you're not having to do lots of washing regularly. You just do one massive wash and then that's it. So that's how I take care of not using too much electricity. And I'd say that the electricity bill isn't too much every month, so it doesn't seem to be too bad. But thank you for that, Liz. And okay, this is a long message. £20 donation from Orly, so thank you for that. The message is, hi, great channel, I really enjoyed it. New sub, thank you. There are so many talented artists. However, have you by chance listened to Asaf Avidan's music? If yes, what do you think? My opinion, one in a million, with a unique voice, great performances, plays many musical instruments, authentic artist. Ren recommended him to his fans too. His Inner Box series are recorded live. Live means no editing, no re-recording, no auto-tuning, no tampering. Regards, Orly. So thank you for that. And no, it's not an artist that I have heard of, at least haven't heard of before until now. So thank you for that, Orly. I will have a look into his music, and not something that I've seen before. So thank you for the donation and the heads up about that particular artist. Right, we are going to be jumping into, I did say we were going to do a Phil too, but we've got the cover video that I almost forgot about. So The Boys Are Back in Town looks like that's going to be the winner, and we might have to wait till next time for because the Phil Jam is going to be so long, and we will be having a Phil Jam. Right, so let's get into this. This is my version of The Boys Are Back in Town, and I'm going to have to try and find it and I found it. Okay, right, because I set it all up before the live stream. That's something that I forgot to do, but I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! said, boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. You know that chick that used to dance a lot? Every night she'd be on the floor, shaking what she got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. That time over at Johnny's place, where this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. That chick don't wanna know, forget her. The boys are back in town. 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 Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Spread the word around. Guess who's back in town? Just spread the word around. Friday night they'll be dressed to kill. Down at Dino's Bar and Grill. The drink will flow and the blood will spill. If the boys wanna fight, you better let 'em. That jukebox in the corner blasting out my favorite song. The nights are getting warmer, it won't be long. Won't be long till summer comes. Now that the boys are here again. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I said, boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town again. Been hanging down at Dino's. Boys are back in town again. And there we have it, sudden ending. That was my version of The Boys Are Back in Town. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, we do have Picture Corner that we need to get into, and we have a couple of donations. Tortora Porco says, Wings of Pegasus is its own music industry with a $2.79 donation. So thank you for that. And yes, I guess it is. I just do everything that everyone else does in the music industry. And Craig donated $5 and says, PayPal donations don't let you comment anymore. Anyway, love the Bee Gees analysis. Sad what they do. So thank you for that, Craig. And I'm pretty sure over on PayPal, people are commenting, putting messages with their donations. So I'm not sure if they've stopped doing that. But Gordon's donated £5.39 in that PayPal window and says, okay, this is macabre, but under the skin, we're all bloody. Ignore the trolls if you can. I appreciate the effort you put into all of your analysis videos. So thank you for that, Gordon. So yes, we all have the same anatomy and physiology. So thank you for that, depending on whether you're a man or a woman. And Laura's donated £7.36. Thank you for that, Laura. The message is, hi Phil, I was checking out music museums and was wondering if there's one you wanted to visit and why would you pick a particular one. Thanks for all you do. Kind regards, Laura. So not one off the top of my head, and I don't generally think about going to visit things or going on holiday and things that I might like to go and see and do. So yeah, in terms of which music museums that I would go to, I think I would have to be, I don't think I'd go somewhere just especially for the music museum. It's something that I might plot along the way if I were traveling somewhere and I thought, oh, it might be quite good to go to this particular place or to that particular place, but it's something that I've not really thought about. And I'm going to have to move things along because it's 7 minutes past midnight. Thank you for that, Laura. And we are going to be jumping into Picture Corner very quickly. So I'll see you guys in there in a second. Okay, so... right, let me get the messages in the right order here because I don't know where this is going to appear. Oh, it's appeared to the right of the screen, which is actually quite good. It's because it means there's nothing over the top of it. And here we have Taj, of course, Taj Farrant, our friend of the channel. And I'm going to read the messages with this because this is Barbara. And Barbara was... off to see Taj, but I think Liz will be in there somewhere. Liz is going to be in the next picture. But this, I'm just trying to see if there was a message with this particular picture. And, oh, Barbara says, excellent night with Liz W. seeing Taj Farrant for the first time opening for Buddy Guy. So thank you for sending that one in. As you can see, Barbara's got on her Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. And let me go to the next one. Now this is going to display a little bit weirdly because it was probably taken on a phone turned the other way. But Liz is in this in the middle, so hopefully you could see Liz in the middle and Barbara on the right hand side. And I think what I just read is relevant to that one as well. So thank you guys for sending those in, and thank you, Laura, for sending those my way. So that's Picture Corner for tonight. So let's get rid of that and get out of the corner, and let's get into this jam that we're going to be jumping into, which is microphone. Oh, I turned it on and then it turned off. And zoom out. And click on this. And
Wix.
Mute. Advert. This is Groovy Guitar Backing Track. Then in brackets, Blues A minor. And this is from Backing Tracks Center. We just did something a bit weird there. So hopefully it will still play. And, I think while I was doing that, I think an advert just went through. So, right, let's grab the guitar. And you'll have to let me know what this sounds like. I'm going to start clean and see what happens. Right. Play. Okay, can you hear the backing track? Okay, I can just about hear it. I think we're okay. over the top here, but try and... try and keep it a little bit toned down. I was trying to play more softly. You can't do anything with a fade out, unfortunately. So there we have it. That was groovy guitar backing track, and then in brackets, blues A minor, coming from Backing Tracks Center. If you guys want to check out that particular channel and this track to have a jam along to yourselves. So thank you, Joe, for sending that my way, and for you guys, hitting that thumbs up to ensure that we have a full jam. And that was full jam number 165. So we got there in the end. Right. Diamond Girls donated $5 and said, love this jam. Thanks. So thank you for that donation. And right, I think we are all up to date. Everything is, I think, addressed with regards to donations over on PayPal and in the super chat window. So thank you guys for those donations. You don't have to donate, of course, but they are very much appreciated. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night, so look out for that. 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time is when I try to release them. Another video Friday, of course, and another live stream on Saturday night. And we will be attempting a new record on Saturday night, so I need everybody to turn up. If you can do on Saturday, that's 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and we'll see if we can get that new record on Saturday. Who knows? But anyway, yes, thank you guys. Oh, Bob's going through saying, be sure to join us at the Wings of Pegasus supporters page right after the live stream. So yeah, you Facebook users, if you are over there, you can join in with that group, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group, because Bob hosts the after party over there after the live streams. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at that video, and on Saturday night, if you can make it, 11 p.m. That's where I will be, Greenwich Mean Time. Of course, just put in time in London, UK, and then you'll find out what the time is here, so you can judge it and get the timings right to get here live. If you're watching this in the future as part of the catch-up crew, hello, and you can keep hitting that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to get out there, and for just things to grow on the channel in general. So thank you guys for getting involved. All that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!